Hey, what's up, guys? This is Leigh, Ellis, Creative Director of Bridge the Blue.
And Troy Skeen, Founder and Director of Bridge the Blue.
So, we had mentioned here yesterday, we actually, in the group, we had talked about going live today at 6 o'clock with a big announcement. And so now is the time. Now is the time. So I hope that you're ready. Now, before we get into the announcement, Troy, how excited are you about what we have to announce today?
Dude, I'm super excited. I'm super excited because I really feel it's something that is needed in our country and has been needed for a very long time. But unless somebody picks up the ball and runs with it, it ain't going to happen. And that somebody is us, the American people.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, guys, what we see going on right now in this nation is a divide. Okay, we're seeing a divide between law enforcement and communities. And if you've been watching the live videos that we've been doing, if you've been keeping up with Bridge the Blue as an organization, our heartbeat really is to bridge that gap. Mm-hmm. And so we have some stuff going on this month that we're fired up about it. We believe you're going to be fired up about it. And so I'm going to hand this over to Troy and just kind of let him share the vision behind this and get into the big news. And because we do have something very exciting going on this month. And I want to ask you to pay attention. If you'll pay attention to what this man is about to share, I think that you'll begin to recognize the impact that we can have starting this month. Mm-hmm. United as one. United as one. I'm from coast to coast, right? From coast to coast, nationwide, as well as in our local communities. And so, Troy, I'm going to hand it off to you, and I'm going to let you spill the beans.
Hey. First of all, I just want to make sure everybody understands that this is not about just one person or one group or anything like that. This is about the entire country. This is about our entire nation. And as a patriot, as a father, as a brother, as an uncle, as a business owner, as a pastor, as a police officer myself, there's things that we've got to take action with. And I believe the things that we're getting ready to announce is a huge step in us as the American people rising up.
Yep.
Rising up, okay, as one. Not as individual little pods here and there, but as the American people rising up as one together. We've got to show the strength. We've got to show the numbers. We've got to be loud and very, very vocal, but in a way that we don't stoop to the other side's level.
Yep.
Okay, and I just want to be very clear about that, because this organization is not about hurting people. It's not about
that's right.
And that's hurting people physically, spiritually, emotionally, verbally. I mean, all of that stuff. It's not who we are. Who we are is going back to those core values, going back to the foundation that this country was built on.
That's right.
And reestablishing, okay, rebuilding, correcting what needs corrected. Even in the area of law enforcement, I guarantee you that 98% or more of the law enforcement officers that are out there will say, we need some correction, we need some help, we need some more training, we need this and this and this in our department for us to fully function and function properly, okay? And this month we're going to be going into a lot more of that and so forth as we do things, but my point is there's things to be done. But we've got to first unite as one, okay? As one, we the people, okay? And as we do that, we're going to be able to accomplish so much more than what we can individually as small pods around the country, okay?
And can I speak? Can
I
say something?
Yeah.
So one of the things that I think is really important to understand is that where we're at today, as far as the law enforcement community is concerned, law enforcement has never, ever faced the challenges that it's currently facing right now. Not only do they feel like they've lost support of the community, but in many instances, they feel like they've lost the support of their superiors.
Yeah.
And so they're feeling it from both, the blue side and the community side, right? And so we need to let them know that we have their back, right? We need to let them know that we can bridge that gap. I mean, here's the thing that I've been saying, in all of the welcome posts, right? That we have to bridge the gap for those that have been standing in the gap for us and serving and protecting us. Mm-hmm. But like Troy was saying, we have to do it in a loving way. We have to do it with compassion, and we have to do it with love. The truth is truth, but truth spoken outside of love is just as destructive as a lie. Okay, and so, anyways, I just wanted to say that because I think that a lot of times the community they don't know that law enforcement is having challenges even up the chain of command, especially with elected officials. And if you're an elected official, we're not trying to alienate you.
No.
Not at all. But we just know from experience that there's a lot of elected officials that their officers don't feel like that their superiors have their back. So
some of their hands are even being tied.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not because of their choices necessarily. It's not because of where their heart is. It's because the people above them are tying their hands.
Yep.
So it's a rippling effect, and we've been seeing this rippling effect happen for generations now, which is one reason why we started Bridge the Blue a few years ago. I guess we were just a little bit ahead of our time in a sense of before now,
Well, and something else I think is really important to kind of talk about here as we're leading up to this big announcement, which I'm so stoked for you to reveal it, man. And I think, here's the thing. If what we're going to announce tonight doesn't fire you up, your wood's wet, okay? So I don't think that people understand that what we're trying to deal with here, Troy, and correct me if I'm wrong, we're not trying to treat symptoms.
No.
See, the attitude that you have certain organizations out there that are becoming more militant, that are not just vocal, but they're physical as well. The patriot inside of me, and I'm sure inside of you, is like, I got my firearm, I'm ready to defend if I have to, right? But here's the deal, right? Whenever we get militant like that in response, do you realize that all we're doing is responding the same way that they're responding to a perceived injustice? Do you understand that? So if we respond with the same level of thinking that got us here to begin with, how is that ever going to solve the problem? So whenever we do that, all we're doing is we're treating symptoms, right? It's kind of like treating a cough or a sore throat whenever you have the flu, right? You can treat those things all day long, but if you ever want to completely get rid of that sickness, you got to deal with the root. And so what we aim to do is to start dealing with the root. But here's the thing, we have to do it in stages. This is only the first step.
Yeah, come on.
This is only the first stage. But we have to do it in stages, because if we're going to bridge this gap, we have to show people that they can trust us. Yeah. We have to show people that whenever we hear them, we're not just listening to respond, we're listening to understand. Super, super important. So I just wanted to share that really quick before you break the big news.
Yeah. In July, this month, starting today, day by day, we're going to be releasing some different stuff every day that we're doing, that we're acting upon, that encouragements and so forth. Even video interviews that we've been doing leading up to this point with different people, and that I think you're going to really, really enjoy and feel inspired about and so forth. But for this first stage, all of this is leading up to July 18th.
Come on. Okay?
It's a Saturday, and I believe that if we do this correct, and if we get everybody on board, okay, that has the same values, and that is, as far as getting to the foundation of things, believes in God, believes this country was established on his word.
That's right.
Believes in family, believes in this nation, and believes in law enforcement. Our men and women who are putting on that badge each and every day. But also believes in all of those who have gone forth before us that have fought and died to give us this freedom that we have to even be here today speaking to you. Okay? That's the core. That's the core and the foundation. So, on July 18th, we are putting together and going to be challenging people all over this nation at 1 o'clock Central Time. 1 o'clock Central Time, July 18th. Come on, man, I'm feeling it.
Man.
You guys got to picture this, okay? At 1 o'clock. I keep saying that. Central Time. Across the country, people from every community. This can be done. People from every community meeting on the steps of City Hall in their hometown, in their town, wherever they reside. I know that there's a lot of hooting and hollering going out there because you got to picture this.
Oh.
Never that I know of in history has this been done. Never has the colors been shown.
Let me paint a picture. I'm so fired up. Let me paint a picture. Okay? 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. So this means if you're on the East Coast, it's going to be 2 p.m. If you're on the West Coast, it's going to be 11 a.m. Simultaneously, all over the nation, in every state, in every city, in every community. Could you imagine the media attention that we might get?
Come on.
Now, not just can we get media attention from people all over the nation standing in the gap and showing support for our Leos, showing support for our heroes in blue, showing support, standing united. Now, picture this. What if every single person is wearing the same shirt? A shirt that on the very front has a blue stripe over the chest, hashtag Silent No More. On the back of the shirt, the American flag with a blue line with Bridge the Blue down the middle. From New York to Tallahassee to Houston to Lubbock to LA, all the way to small Dallas, Oregon, to Minneapolis, you got to be brave, to Denver. And can you imagine on every TV station, hey, they all look the same, but they're people from all backgrounds, race, religion, color, creed, age, all standing up for law enforcement, but they're all wearing the same shirt. Same message, united we stand, silent no more. Oh my gosh, dude.
Yeah. Now logistically, being honest, logistically, are we going to be able to get a shirt in everybody's hands?
We will try.
We're going to try. And we've been putting things together ahead of time to assure that can happen if at all possible. But it really depends on the American people stepping forward, getting online as soon as we release that funnel, okay, which is going to be released.
Right now?
Come on. So tonight, he's going to tell you how you can start getting those shirts in your hands, okay? Because, again, this the media can't ignore. They will try, okay? And there's going to be a small group of people that have been very loud that may even try to stop us, okay? But they will not be able to tackle the entire nation.
That's right.
As the silent majority stands up and says, no more. We refuse to be silent. Now, I want to address this, okay? There's a lot of people and we've heard story after story after story about this in the last several weeks, okay? People are afraid to go out and be vocal. They're afraid to go to these rallies, okay? Because there's been some amazing rallies that have been happening across the country. You know, one here, one here, one here, one here, okay? But not near enough and not near enough people. Because a lot of people are afraid to get out there and be seen.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you, if you're by yourself, that can be a little scary. But I'm telling you, if the American people band together and say silent, no more.
Come on.
And we all get up there in every city across the nation, not just 5 people at City Hall, but the entire town at City Hall.
Oh.
I mean, I'm calling for every tow truck, every semi. If you're from rural America, every tractor.
Every horse.
Every horse.
Dress up your
I
horse.
don't care.
Yeehaw.
We need to flood City Hall together.
Amen.
As one nation under God and say no more. We as a people are standing up and we're ready to, we're done with it. We've got to take corrective action now because we are heading down a road that we can't keep going. But the only way to stop is to take a different turn.
Absolutely.
And this is where that turn is. It's in your hands. We can't make this happen necessarily. We're giving it every bit of effort we can. We're trying
We're
every
just facilitating.
aspect. That's right. We're trying to facilitate it because no one else is stepping up to the plate saying that we can do this. I'm not afraid.
Absolutely.
I am not afraid. We are bigger than them by far. And this is our time now. This is our time to rally up. This is our time not to be silent and put them in their place. And again, this is just the first step, but we've got to do it. So I'm challenging everybody out there. Take this step. Okay, now, what's next? What's next after this rally?
Hold on. Before you go there.
You're killing me.
You're fired up, man. You're fired up. Before we get there, okay, I want to be very crystal clear on a couple of things. So if you guys remember during the civil rights era, there were 2 big movements. You had Martin Luther King and you had Malcolm X. Martin Luther King was very, very peaceful. Malcolm X, on the other hand, not so much. Different rhetoric. I want to be crystal clear on who we are. If this was a civil rights era, we would be Martin Luther King.
Yeah.
Because what we're really defending here is truth. We're defending objective truth and a false narrative that's not supported by any facts. Okay? So I want to make that crystal clear. Whenever we talk about putting people in their place, what we really mean are the lies. The lies.
Come on.
Because the lie is the root. It's what's influencing people. And we're done with it. We're done with the lie. We're done with the deception. We're done with the false narrative. So, I didn't mean to interrupt your fire, brother.
Yes, you did.
I just felt like it was I just felt like it was important because we're not a militant group.
Right.
Okay? We're not a militant group. But with that being said, I'm going to hand it back over to you because that's just the beginning.
Yeah.
So if that fired you up, how do those infomercials? Wait, there's more. Take it away, brother.
You're killing me.
Take it away, brother.
So that's at 1 o'clock Central Time. Okay. At 4 o'clock Central Time, we have a live stream event that's going to happen, of course, nationwide and beyond. This event is created to do a couple of different things. One, again, to show the masses, to show the numbers, to help the American people even those that can't get out. Okay, those that can't get out and be visible at City Hall can sign in, log in, okay, to the live stream that's going to be on Facebook and YouTube at 4 o'clock Central Time, okay, on July 18th. We're going to have musicians, artists, celebrities from all over the U.S. Getting on there, sharing songs, sharing encouraging words to both the men and women in blue, as well as the American people, as well as other speakers from around the country, including government officials. This is going to be incredible. And the amount of people that we could have on here, we need everybody, even those that went to the rally.
Absolutely.
We need every one of you and everyone that couldn't go to the rally. We need hundreds of thousands and millions of people to log in and watch this live stream. So when the numbers show, they see all these numbers and strength, or the silent majority is saying silent no more.
Absolutely. And not only to watch it, but I also want to encourage you, and we'll talk more about this over the coming days, but start watch parties. Invite your friends and invite them to watch parties. Okay, share the live stream once it starts, right? We need to share the word and put this event in front of people that may not otherwise have ever tuned in, but maybe, just maybe, we can start to break down some barriers and start to build some bridges.
Come on.
And stand united so that we can make America safe again.
Come on. All right. That's not it. We got more. Now, first of all, on July 18th, during that live stream event, we're going to be announcing some other things. What comes after that? There's more. We're not going to announce it today, but we will be announcing it on July 18th during that live stream event. Now, between now and then, during the month of July, okay, first of all, everything costs money. Putting this on has not been cheap, okay? And there's a lot of expenses to be had. But even beyond that, guys and gals, we've got men and women who are wearing the badge currently today that are in need of finances for several different areas of things. We've got current men and women who don't have the proper gear. For example, I know one department, for example, that over half the officers don't even have the proper vest to wear, bulletproof vest. Can you imagine that? Almost half the officers in the department don't even have bulletproof vest. And they have shootings that happen all the time in that community. That's crazy. And we as the people should not be allowing that to happen.
No, we need to step up to the plate.
Those guys and gals need vests. They need the proper equipment. And I'm just talking about one department, let alone the thousands of them across the country. And we've been flooded the last couple of years with needs. So we're trying to get finances. We're trying to get those supplies. We're trying to get that training into their hands. Okay?
While there's this whole movement to defund the police, we have a movement to fund them even more.
Yep.
Because they need, we talk about reform, right? It takes money, right?
Yeah.
There are certain calls that police officers go on that it's really not their responsibility. That's not where their training comes in. It needs to be a different type of professional. Maybe the police officer can go along, but that takes resources. I mean, you think about, and I hope you don't mind me speaking to this for a second, but you think about all of the stuff that our LEOs go through. And for those of you that don't know, LEO is LEO, law enforcement officer. If you think about all the things our LEOs go through, that how taxing it is in here and in here, they need somebody to talk to. Half the departments, maybe more than half, don't even have professionals that they can speak with to get things to process the stuff that they see. You don't want to know half the stuff that they see. every
No.
single day. Guess what? They can't get that help if they're defunded. They can only get that help if we fund them. And so other cities want to defund the police. That's okay. We'll stand in the gap.
That's right. That's right.
We,
That's
the people,
Come on.
will stand in the gap.
on.
We, the people.
Yep. So that's one area that we're going to be raising finances for over the month of July. Some of the other areas that we help support, these officers, when they're just feeling it and they're overwhelmed and so forth. By the way, I don't know if you know this, but one of the largest numbers of suicides is in law enforcement. And it's because we're not taking good enough care of them. We've got to take care of them.
It's a shame.
So we've locked arms with other organizations that have facilities and places that these guys can go free of charge and just, I don't know if you want to call it, get rehabilitated, reestablished, just kind of let the stuff, let go of it for a little while and get healthy again. We have also put in place over the last couple of years the ability to help families of both fallen officers as well as families of wounded officers. Okay, that because of whatever happened in the line of duty, they've been held up and their finances are hurting and so on and so forth. So we've got those things in place. But another way to be silent no more is to pull out your pocketbook, okay? Pull out the pocketbook and put your money where your mouth is. Put your money where your heart is, okay? And we're not talking about gobs of money. We're asking over the month of July that every American person, and I'm talking about everyone, because that's all of our responsibilities, gives a $10 donation during the month of July. Minimum. You can give more, and there's more options on there that actually include free shirts and stuff like that, with it. But we're going to be releasing all of that stuff the next 24 hours. You're going to start seeing it pop up online, okay, tonight and tomorrow, all of those options. But can you imagine that the voice that we're going to make when we raise that much money, instead of defunding them, we actually increase the ability to take care of them by that much?
Come on.
That's being heard. And that's being heard by everybody, and not just in our nation. It'll be heard across the world. We got to do it. We got to do it. Thoughts?
No, I mean, you're absolutely right. I think about, should I? No, I'm gonna say this. In John 3:16, it says, "For God so loved the world that He gave." That He gave. I'm a firm believer that you can give without loving, but you can never love without giving. I believe the two are synonymous. And so if we love our Leos, okay, we've got to be willing to put our money where our mouth is. You can tell what is the top priority in somebody's life by where they spend the most time and where they spend the most money. Yeah. And so I want to encourage you. And here's the other thing about this too. If the value of something is determined by what someone else is willing to pay for it, follow me. Think about it. If this pen was only worth 98 cents, I can go down to H-E-B and grab this pen from H-E-B, Kroger, Walmart for 98 cents. And then, I put this pen into the hands of J.J. Watt, and he used it. And he used it to write a letter to whoever. All of a sudden, the perceived value of this pen goes up. And somebody might be willing to sell this pen online for $10,000, and somebody's going to pay $10,000 for a pen. The value of a thing is determined by what someone is willing to pay for it. Now, before I get to my point of where I'm going with this, how valuable is our law enforcement community to you? Have you ever imagined what this world would look like without law enforcement? Have you ever thought about that? The anarchy and the chaos. Okay, but let me get back on track where I was going with this. If the value is determined by what someone else is willing to pay for a thing, and all of heaven went bankrupt for you, what does that say about your created value? So all we're asking you to do is donate a minimum of what you would go to Whataburger and buy a meal to help us, partner with us, link arms with us, and let's help make America safe again and stand in the gap for those that stand in the gap for us day in and day out and put their lives on the line. And let's put vests on the backs of those that are putting their lives on the line without hardly any protection whatsoever. Man, that gets me.
Yeah. Yep. So it's crazy. So, hey guys, gals, that's a lot of information. So I just want to recap real quick. Okay. One, there's going to be a lot of things that happen and a lot of things put out between now and July 18th. So I'm just asking, keep passing the word. Keep inviting people to the group that believe the same and are ready to link arms and go forward. Okay, unite as one. Okay, so keep inviting. We got to keep growing. We got to keep growing. We got to keep growing. Okay, we got to keep building that momentum. Okay, so I'm asking you to do that as we keep putting things out over the next couple of weeks or few weeks. Okay, between now and July 18th. But I'm also asking you to put it on your calendar right now. He's going to be sending some things out where you can actually even register so that you make sure and keep the updates coming to you as far as the reminders of what time and the link to click on and all that kind of stuff.
And actually, if I can, really quick, make this really, really easy. bridgetheblue.com/silent no more. No spaces, no dashes. bridgetheblue.com/silent no more. Get registered. Reserve your spot. Get registered for this event so that you can make sure that you stay in the know. You get some behind the scenes stuff and other valuable things that anybody that doesn't reserve their spot, they're not going to have access to. So make sure you go there. Again, that's bridgetheblue.com/silent no more.
Come on. July 18th at 1 o'clock Central Time is the rally. Every city hall across the nation. Every city hall. We're calling upon every American that believes in this country, believes in family, believes in God, believes in law enforcement to be there. Let's show our color. Let's show the men and women in blue, as well as the rest, that we are united as one. Okay? Now, with that, we need more leaders. We need more people to help us facilitate this.
Oh, yes.
So we're asking you to send us a message, give us a call. The information is all online, okay? The ways you can reach us. Let us know if you're interested in helping facilitate this. And I will tell you up front that we are checking everybody out a little bit, okay? Because we want to make sure that people don't mesh up to the core values and the foundation that we're talking about, getting any kind of leadership or, leading role in this. So just putting that out there first and foremost. But let us know if you're interested in helping with this project, these rallies, etc. If you're interested in helping in any other way, let us know as well. But at 4 o'clock is the live stream. Okay, 4 o'clock Central Time, live stream event on July 18th, right after the rally. Okay, so let's make sure and get signed up, get it on your calendars. And then the last one was, let's put our money where our mouth and heart is. Okay? And again, all that information is going to be starting to pour out tonight and tomorrow. We can do this. We can do this.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Over history, the American people have conquered so much. So much. And I believe some of the most exciting things to do is the things that people tell you can't do.
Come on.
I've had it happen, and I've done it. And we're going to do this together as one. United we stand, silent no more. Come on.
Amen. and really quick, before we jump off of here, I want to say thank you for those of you that have been patient with us over the last 10 days. Guys, we never expected the response to what we're doing to be this big. I mean, we had an expectation, but this group to be at almost 18,000 people in 10 days, we only have three admins and moderators currently at the moment, total of 3. So thank you for those of you that have been patient with us. We know that there's a lot of things that might be posted in the group that, like, hey, that sounds different than what I heard Troy or Leigh say. Like, does this represent them? Probably not. Just saying. So thank you for being patient. We're slowly but surely going through the group. You may have noticed that now whenever you try to create a post in the group, it comes to an admin or a moderator to moderate it first, and we have to approve it. And that's because we're trying to protect what we believe God has entrusted us with. We're trying to protect this movement. And so we want to make sure we have the right people in here that agree, that are in alignment with our mission, our vision, and our values, so we can stand united. Okay, and then one last thing, really quick. If you would like to volunteer, okay, I'm probably going to be holding another task force briefing really soon. Email volunteer@bridgetheblue.com. Again, that's volunteer@bridgetheblue.com. We had our first task force briefing earlier this week, and we got fired up. So, and we're definitely going to need more hands to do what we need to do. So thank you so much for your grace, for your patience. We love you guys.
Yep.
Anything else before we jump off?
Appreciate you. Love you. Let's do this together. Thank you.
Bottom right corner.